Surah Ar-Rum.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful.
ألف لام ميم.
Alif Lam Mim.
غلبت الروم.
The Romans have been defeated.
في أدنى الأرض وهم من بعد غلبهم سيغلبون.
In the nearest land, and they, after their defeat, will be victorious.
في بضع سنين لله الأمر من قبل ومن بعد ويومئذ يفرح المؤمنون.
Within 3 to 9 years, the decision of the matter before and after is only with Allah. And on that day, the believers will rejoice.
بنصر الله ينصر من يشاء وهو العزيز الرحيم.
With the help of Allah, He helps whom He wills, and He is the Almighty, the most merciful.
وعد الله لا يخلف الله وعده ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون.
It is a promise of Allah, and Allah fails not in His promise, but most of men know not.
يعلمون ظاهرا من الحياة الدنيا وهم عن الآخرة هم غافلون.
They know only the outside appearance of the life of the world, and they are heedless of the hereafter.
أولم يتفكروا في أنفسهم ما خلق الله السماوات والأرض وما بينهما إلا بالحق وأجل مسمى وإن كثيرا من الناس بلقاء ربهم لكافرون.
Do they not think deeply about themselves? Allah has created not the heavens and the earth and all that is between them, except with truth and for an appointed term. And indeed, many of mankind deny the meeting with their Lord.
أولم يسيروا في الأرض فينظروا كيف كان عاقبة الذين من قبلهم كانوا أشد منهم قوة وأثاروا الأرض وعمروها أكثر مما عمروها وجاءتهم رسلهم بالبينات فما كان الله ليظلمهم ولكن كانوا أنفسهم يظلمون.
Did they not travel in the land and see what was the end of those before them? They were superior to them in strength, and they tilled the earth and populated it in greater numbers than these have done. And there came to them their messengers with clear proofs. Surely Allah wronged them not, but they used to wrong themselves.
ثم كان عاقبة الذين أساءوا السوء أن كذبوا بآيات الله وكانوا بها يستهزئون.
Then evil was the end of those who did evil, because they denied the proofs and revelations of Allah and made a mockery of them.
الله يبدأ الخلق ثم يعيده ثم إليه ترجعون.
Allah alone originates the creation. Then He will repeat it. Then to Him you will be returned.
ويوم تقوم الساعة يبلس المجرمون.
And on the day when the hour will be established, the criminals will be plunged into destruction with despair.
ولم يكن لهم من شركائهم شفعاء وكانوا بشركائهم كافرين.
No intercessors will they have from those whom they made equal with Allah, and they will themselves reject and deny their partners.
ويوم تقوم الساعة يومئذ يتفرقون.
And on the day when the hour will be established, that day shall all men be separated.
فأما الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فهم في روضة يحبرون.
Then as for those who believed and did righteous good deeds, such shall be honored and made to enjoy luxurious life forever in a garden of delight.
وأما الذين كفروا وكذبوا بآياتنا ولقاء الآخرة فأولئك في العذاب محضرون.
And as for those who disbelieved and denied our proofs and revelations, and the meeting of the hereafter, such shall be brought forth to the torment in the hellfire.
فسبحان الله حين تمسون وحين تصبحون.
So glorify Allah when you come up to the evening and when you enter the morning.
وله الحمد في السماوات والأرض وعشيا وحين تظهرون.
And His are all praise and thanks in the heavens and the earth, and glorify Him in the afternoon, and when you come up to the time when the day begins to decline.
يخرج الحي من الميت ويخرج الميت من الحي ويحيي الأرض بعد موتها وكذلك تخرجون.
He brings out the living from the dead and brings out the dead from the living, and He revives the earth after its death, and thus shall you be brought out.
ومن آياته أن خلقكم من تراب ثم إذا أنتم بشر تنتشرون.
And among His signs is this, that He created you from dust, and then behold, you are human beings scattered.
ومن آياته أن خلق لكم من أنفسكم أزواجا لتسكنوا إليها وجعل بينكم مودة ورحمة إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يتفكرون.
And among His signs is this, that He created for you wives from among yourselves, that you may find repose in them. And He has put between you affection and mercy. Verily, in that are indeed signs for a people who reflect.
ومن آياته خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف ألسنتكم وألوانكم إن في ذلك لآيات للعالمين.
And among His signs is the creation of the heavens and the earth, and the difference of your languages and colors. Verily, in that are indeed signs for men of sound knowledge.
ومن آياته منامكم بالليل والنهار النهار وابتغاؤكم من فضله إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يسمعون.
And among his signs is your sleep by night and by day, and your seeking of his bounty. Verily in that are indeed signs for a people who listen.
ومن آياته يريكم البرق خوفا وطمعا وينزل من السماء ماء فيحيي به الأرض بعد موتها إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يعقلون.
And among his signs is that he shows you the lightning, for fear and for hope, and he sends down water from the sky, and therewith revives the earth after its death. Verily in that are indeed signs for a people who understand.
ومن آياته أن تقوم السماء والأرض بأمره ثم إذا دعاكم دعوة من الأرض إذا أنتم تخرجون.
And among his signs is that the heaven and the earth stand by his command. Then afterwards, when he will call you by a single call, behold, you will come out from the earth.
وَلَهُ مَن فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ كُلٌّ لَهُ قَانِتُونَ.
To him belongs whatever is in the heavens and the earth. All are obedient to him.
وهو الذي يبدأ الخلق ثم يعيده وهو أهون عليه وله المثل الأعلى في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم.
And he it is who originates the creation, then he repeats it, and this is easier for him. His is the highest description in the heavens and in the earth, and he is the Almighty, the All-Wise.
ضرب لكم مثلا من أنفسكم هل لكم مما ملكت أيمانكم من شركاء فيما رزقناكم فأنتم فيه سواء تخافونهم كخيفتكم أنفسكم كذلك نفصل الآيات لقوم يعقلون.
He sets forth for you a parable from your own selves. Do you have partners among those whom your right hands possess to share as equals in the wealth we have bestowed on you whom you fear as you fear each other? Thus do we explain the signs in detail to a people who have sense.
بل اتبع الذين ظلموا أهواءهم بغير علم فمن يهدي من أضل الله وما لهم من ناصرين.
Nay, but those who do wrong follow their own lusts without knowledge. Then who will guide him whom Allah has sent astray? And for such there will be no helpers.
فأقم وجهك للدين حنيفا فطرة الله التي فطر الناس عليها لا تبديل لخلق الله ذلك الدين القيم ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون.
So set you your face towards the religion of pure Islamic monotheism. Worship none but Allah alone. Allah's Islamic monotheism with which He has created mankind. No change let there be in the religion of Allah. That is the straight religion, but most of men know not.
منيبين إليه واتقوه وأقيموا الصلاة ولا تكونوا من المشركين.
And remain always turning in repentance to Him only, and be afraid and dutiful to Him, and perform the prayer, and be not of the polytheists.
من الذين فرقوا دينهم وكانوا شيعا كل حزب بما لديهم فرحون.
Of those who split up their religion and became sects, each sect rejoicing in that which is with it.
وإذا مس الناس ضر دعوا ربهم منيبين إليه ثم إذا أذاقهم منه رحمة إذا فريق منهم بربهم يشركون.
And when harm touches men, they cry sincerely only to their Lord, turning to Him in repentance. But when He gives them a taste of His mercy, behold, a party of them associates partners in worship with their Lord.
ليكفروا بما آتيناهم فتمتعوا فسوف تعلمون.
So as to be ungrateful for the graces with which we have bestowed on them. Then enjoy your short life, but you will come to know.
أم أنزلنا عليهم سلطانا فهو يتكلم بما كانوا به يشركون.
Or have we revealed to them an authority which speaks of that which they have been associating with Him?
وَإِذَا أَذَقْنَا النَّاسَ رَحْمَةً فَرِحُوا بِهَا وَإِن تُصِبْهُمْ سَيِّئَةٌ بِمَا قَدَّمَتْ أَيْدِيهِمْ إِذَا هُمْ يَقْنَطُونَ.
And when we cause mankind to taste of mercy, they rejoice therein. But when some evil afflicts them because of evil deeds and sins that their own hands have sent forth, behold, they are in despair.
أَوَلَمْ يَرَوْا أَنَّ اللَّهَ يَبْسُطُ الرِّزْقَ لِمَن يَشَاءُ وَيَقْدِرُ إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِقَوْمٍ يُؤْمِنُونَ.
Do they not see that Allah enlarges the provision for whom He wills and straightens it for whom He wills? Verily in that are indeed signs for a people who believe.
فآت ذا القربى حقه والمسكين وابن السبيل ذلك خير للذين يريدون وجه الله وأولئك هم المفلحون.
So give to the kindred his due, and to the needy, and to the wayfarer. That is best for those who seek Allah's countenance, and it is they who will be successful.
وَمَا آتَيْتُم مِّن رِّبًا لِّيَرْبُوَ فِي أَمْوَالِ النَّاسِ فَلَا يَرْبُو عِندَ اللَّهِ وَمَا آتَيْتُم مِّن زَكَاةٍ تُرِيدُونَ وَجْهَ اللَّهِ فَأُولَئِكَ هُمُ الْمُضْعِفُونَ.
And that which you give in gift to others, in order that it may increase your wealth by expecting to get a better one in return from other people's property, has no increase with Allah. But that which you give in charity seeking Allah's countenance, then those they shall have manifold increase.
الله الذي خلقكم ثم رزقكم ثم يميتكم ثم يحييكم هل من شركائكم من يفعل من ذلكم من شيء سبحانه وتعالى عما يشركون.
Allah is He who has created you, then provided food for you, then will cause you to die, then again He will give you life. Is there any of your so-called partners of Allah that do any of that? Glorified and exalted is He above all that they associate with Him.
ظهر الفساد في البر والبحر بما كسبت أيدي الناس ليذيقهم بعض الذي عملوا لعلهم يرجعون.
Evil has appeared on land and sea because of what the hands of men have earned, that He may make them taste a part of that which they have done, in order that they may return.
قل سيروا في الأرض فانظروا كيف كان عاقبة الذين من قبل كان أكثرهم مشركين.
Say, travel in the land and see what was the end of those before you. Most of them were polytheists.
فأقم وجهك للدين القيم من قبل أن يأتي يوم لا مرد له من الله يومئذ يصدعون.
So set you your face to the straight and right religion, before there comes from Allah a day which none can avert. On that day men shall be divided, a group in paradise and a group in hell.
من كفر فعليه كفره ومن عمل صالحا فلأنفسهم يمهدون.
Whosoever disbelieves will suffer from his disbelief, and whosoever does righteous good deeds, then such will prepare a good place in paradise for themselves.
ليجزي الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات من فضله إنه لا يحب الكافرين.
That He may reward those who believe and do righteous good deeds out of His bounty. Verily, He likes not the disbelievers.
ومن آياته أن يرسل الرياح مبشرات وليذيقكم من رحمته ولتجري الفلك بأمره ولتبتغوا من فضله ولعلكم تشكرون.
And among His signs is this, that He sends the winds as glad tidings, giving you a taste of His mercy, and that the ships may sail at His command, and that you may seek of His bounty in order that you may be thankful.
وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا مِن قَبْلِكَ رُسُلًا إِلَىٰ قَوْمِهِمْ فَجَاءُوهُم بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ فَانتَقَمْنَا مِنَ الَّذِينَ أَجْرَمُوا وَكَانَ حَقًّا عَلَيْنَا نَصْرُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ.
And indeed, we did send messengers before you to their own peoples. They came to them with clear proofs. Then we took vengeance on those who committed crimes. And as for the believers, it was incumbent upon us to help them.
الله الذي يرسل الرياح فتثير سحابا فيبسطه في السماء كيف يشاء ويجعله كسفا فترى الودق يخرج من خلاله فإذا أصاب به من يشاء من عباده إذا هم يستبشرون.
Allah is He who sends the winds so that they raise clouds and spread them along the sky as He wills, and then break them into fragments until you see raindrops come forth from their midst. Then, when He has made them fall on whom of His slaves as He wills, lo, they rejoice.
وَإِن كَانُوا مِن قَبْلِ أَن يُنَزَّلَ عَلَيْهِم مِّن قَبْلِهِ لَمُبْلِسِينَ.
And verily, before that rain, just before it was sent down upon them, they were in despair.
فانظر إلى آثار رحمة الله كيف يحيي الأرض بعد موتها إن ذلك لمحيي الموتى وهو على كل شيء قدير.
Look then at the effects of Allah's mercy, how He revives the earth after its death. Verily, that Allah who revived the earth after its death shall indeed raise the dead on the day of resurrection, and He is able to do all things.
وَلَئِنْ أَرْسَلْنَا رِيحًا فَرَأَوْهُ مُصْفَرًّا لَظَلُّوا مِنْ بَعْدِهِ يَكْفُرُونَ.
And if we send a wind which would spoil the green growth brought up by the previous rain, and they see their tilth turn yellow, behold, they then after being glad would become unthankful to their Lord as disbelievers.
فإنك لا تسمع الموتى ولا تسمع الصم الدعاء إذا ولوا مدبرين.
So verily, you cannot make the dead to hear, nor can you make the deaf to hear the call when they show their backs and turn away.
وما أنت بهاد العمي عن ضلالتهم إن تسمع إلا من يؤمن بآياتنا فهم مسلمون.
And you cannot guide the blind from their straying. You can make to hear only those who believe in our proofs and revelations and have submitted to Allah in Islam as Muslims.
الله الذي خلقكم من ضعف ثم جعل من بعد ضعف قوة ثم جعل من بعد قوة ضعفا وشيبة يخلق ما يشاء وهو العليم القدير.
Allah is He who created you in a state of weakness, then gave you strength after weakness, then after strength gave you weakness and gray hair. He creates what He wills, and it is He who is the all-knowing, the all-powerful.
ويوم تقوم الساعة يقسم المجرمون ما لبثوا غير ساعة كذلك كانوا يؤفكون.
And on the day that the hour will be established, the criminals will swear that they stayed not but an hour. Thus were they ever deluded.
وقال الذين أوتوا العلم والإيمان لقد لبثتم في كتاب الله إلى يوم البعث فهذا يوم البعث ولكنكم كنتم لا تعلمون.
And those who have been bestowed with knowledge and faith will say, indeed, you have stayed according to the decree of Allah until the day of resurrection. So this is the day of resurrection, but you knew not.
فيومئذ لا ينفع الذين ظلموا معذرتهم ولا هم يستعتبون.
So, on that day, no excuse of theirs will avail those who did wrong, nor will they be allowed then to return to seek Allah's pleasure.
وَلَقَدْ ضَرَبْنَا لِلنَّاسِ فِي هَذَا الْقُرْآنِ مِنْ كُلِّ مَثَلٍ وَلَئِنْ جِئْتَهُمْ بِآيَةٍ لَيَقُولَنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا إِنْ أَنْتُمْ إِلَّا مُبْطِلُونَ.
And indeed, we have set forth for mankind in this Qur'an every kind of parable. But if you bring to them any sign or proof, the disbelievers are sure to say to the believers, you follow nothing but falsehood and magic.
كذلك يطبع الله على قلوب الذين لا يعلمون.
Thus does Allah seal up the hearts of those who know not.
فاصبر إن وعد الله حق ولا يستخفنك الذين لا يوقنون.
So be patient. Verily, the promise of Allah is true. And let not those who have no certainty of faith discourage you from conveying Allah's message.